Hello. First of all, I hope you like my hat here. I do have another. I'll try to make this quick, but I found some good stuff today. Some more vinyl finds for you. And no, I didn't just start wearing cool hats like this since I've been buying vinyl. I've been wearing cool hats for quite some time. You may have seen them in some of my past videos. So yes, it goes back well before my love of vinyl. So yes, alright, without further ado, I found some great stuff today. I ended up going to a different Goodwill, basically on the other side of Riverside. We live kind of in central Riverside, and there's a Goodwill not too far from here. But I ended up in my old neck of the woods on the other side of Riverside. In what used to be the old TG&Y, there's a Goodwill, and it's a decent one. They didn't have the biggest selection of vinyl, but what they did have was pretty good. Pretty good. So without further ado, let me go through these for you. Alright. So the first one we have is Savor the Flavors for Choral Ensemble, 1977-1978. The Hal Leonard Publishing Corporation. It's 2 records. Then we have this one. I couldn't pass it up, and I was praying that the album or the record was going to be in good enough condition that I would want to purchase it, and it was. So, Music for Non-Thinkers, Guggenheimer Sauerkraut Band. It just looks hilarious. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that one. Then we have the legendary Laser Behrman plays Liss. Someone's calling, but who cares, you know? We have music to discuss. Alright. First of all, I love this portrait. Rossini, Sins of My Old Age, the Los Angeles Vocal Arts Ensemble. Should be very interesting. This one is still sealed. I was very pleased about that. Hopefully it's not broken in there. Scott Joplin, Rags. I mean, ragtime music that I can't wait to hear it on vinyl. I think it was, yeah, it's just meant to be heard on vinyl. So I'm pretty excited about that one, obviously. And speaking of broken records, just real quick, I was so disappointed. I got this one actually on eBay. It arrived today in the mail. Broken right in half. Oh, I'm so upset. Because Albinoni's Adagio in G minor is one of the most beautiful songs you can ever hear in your life. And I was so disappointed that it was broken. Alright, but anyway, back to my Goodwill finds. We have this one, Beethoven. Looks good. And the last one from Goodwill is this one here. This one, it was a little more... First of all, I love that artwork. Look at that, that's beautiful. This is why I love vinyl. You get artwork. Ah, yes. Anyway, this one, I kind of pushed it a little bit, because usually I'm pretty picky about scratches. And I think there was at least one iffy scratch on it that ordinarily I would have passed on, but it's just too good. I had to give it a chance, so. Alright, so that was from Goodwill. The next one, the next batch, pardon me being off camera there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. here in Riverside, I'm not sure where else they are. Yes. That's a cat staring at you, by the way. Yeah, here in Riverside we have a relatively new store called Savers. I'm not sure how big of a chain it is. I suspect it is a chain, though, because it's a pretty first-class establishment. But basically, it's a kind of a thrift superstore. It's huge, and it's basically a thrift store. So they claim to make donations to a particular charity. I don't remember which one offhand, but I wasn't really shopping there for that because you know, I basically just support animals. So yeah, but it ended up being a really great place to go. The selection was really, really good. The only downside was a lot of the records had some serious scratches, and I had to put back a lot of really, really good ones. I was so disappointed. But I ended up with quite a few. So without further ado, let's go through those real quick. Okay, so we have this one. It just the artwork alone caught my eye. It's apparently readings. A treasury of ribaldry. I don't know if that's proper pronunciation. But readings by Martin Green. That should be interesting. Yeah. I think just a voice reading on vinyl would sound really good. We'll find out. Okay. This one I was pretty excited about. Doc Severinsen. You know, we've heard of him. I don't remember what talk show he's from, but he's like the band leader of one of those talk shows, I believe. And Friends. Ay, ay, ay. Woo. Yeah, and Friends. Agatha, Madeline. Sorry. Agatha. Alright, well, alright, so Swinging and Singing. That's that one. Agatha, Madeline. Agatha, Madeline, knock it off. So sorry. Alright. Here's another one. The Seekers, Georgie Girl. Pardon the barking. But we love our dogs. This one I'm pretty excited about. The quality is kind of iffy, or the condition is kind of iffy. Sammy Davis Jr., Buddy Rich, The Sounds of 66. Agatha! Hush! That's wrong. Get down. Get down. Get down. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, Sounds of 66. Good girl, Agatha. Good girl. Alright, then we got some Frank Sinatra. Sorry. I'll go through these quickly. Frank Sinatra, Strangers in the Night. Again, the condition was a little iffy. Then we have Bert Kempfert and his orchestra, Hold Me. My pronunciation on names is bad. I apologize about that. Then we have Music Box. And I believe these are cover songs by these different bands, but not a music box. So that should be interesting. So some of the songs, My Heart Belongs to Daddy, as done by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. Let's see. Those are that's the only one I really recognize offhand. Alright, then we have Ray Conniff, Friendly Persuasion. Then we have Johnny Mathis, Rapture. I was surprised by the condition of this one, at least the record, because you can see the... Always in these places, what do you call this? The cover is, they're almost always in bad condition. It's just something you have to get used to. Alright, then we have some Streisand and Christofferson, The Star is Born. It's an interesting picture there. It's the back side. Yes, The Star is Born. I'm not sure if it's like a soundtrack or... I'm not that familiar. Actually, these next two I'm going to save for last. Alright, quickly with this one, let me tell you. They had a few records like from Norway, Sweden. I think that was basically it. Norway and Sweden. They had a few records. They had a few records from those countries, and let me tell you, even for like far before my love of vinyl, possibly even predating my love of hats, I love Scandinavian music. I absolutely love it, and yeah, yeah. So I'm pretty excited about this one. The others were in very bad shape. I was very disappointed about that. Speaking of bad shape, you may be wondering why I purchased this, but the cover's in horrible condition, as you can see, but the vinyl itself is actually in pretty good shape, pretty darn good shape, and I love Kansas, and I think they would sound in fact, I believe I had them on vinyl years and years and years ago. I could be wrong about that, but I'm sure they sound terrific on here's the back side of that, on vinyl. It's nice to actually broaden my selection a little bit, because I've been getting a lot of classical music actually, and in another video I'll explain why, probably why that is. Alright, so without further ado, one I'm very, very excited about, and was probably my best find out of all these records that I've just shown you. In fact, I think it was my greatest find. I love a group called Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Well, one of the members, Greg Lake, has some solo music. And this is one of them. First of all, I love that neon artwork. Like a stick figure playing guitar. That's awesome. Greg. Plus it's meant for me! That's me! It really is. Yeah. And it has song titles like Nuclear Attack and Retribution Drive and Let Me Love You Once Before You Go. Whoa. Anyway, alright, we're up to 13 minutes now, but I'm very excited about this one. In fact, I might listen to this one right now. Yeah. So if you look in your area for a Savers, if you have a Savers, definitely check it out. I recommend the vinyl. They have a good selection of used books as well. So if you're into reading, which I'm also very much into reading, I don't know if you can see some of the books back here. We have so many bookshelves and yeah, just books all over the place. Yeah, so I recommend them highly for music and books, and of course they have clothing and knickknacks and all that good stuff too. But that's Savers. I will probably go back to them probably the most frequently, but I'm gonna have to put a pause on my music purchases for a while because I have a lot to listen to. All right, well, without further ado. That's my selection for today. I was very pleased. There were a few other places I planned on checking out, but I got so many that I said, you know what, I'm calling it quits. So you can only buy so much vinyl in one day. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this again, and I can't believe you're watching it for 15 minutes, but thank you, and I'll see you next time.